Hello, Gaetan. Here we go to the endocrine system worksheet number 1, pages 26 to 30 on your ISI book. So here we start with question number 1. Indicate the true statement or statements and correct the false one or ones. Here I'm going to check, let's say, Ahmad Audi. The first question, indicate the true
Yes.
statement or statements, Ahmad, and correct the false one or ones. If it's true, simply you have to say true. Or if it's false, you have to say false and you have to give the answer in complete answer correction. First one, we are seated together. The hormones, they are chemical messengers. They are secreted by endocrine and exocrine glands. What do you think?
True.
True. This is true. Do you think that the endocrine and exocrine glands, both of them, they secrete hormones?
Yes, one of them secrete into the blood and the second one into the targeted organ.
Okay, they secrete hormones. The second one,
Yes.
exocrine.
Uh,
For example, salivary gland, they secrete saliva into the mouth, right? It's a hormone.
oh, yes. False.
So it's false. So only endocrine
Only
glands.
the endocrine glands secrete
Okay,
hormones.
thank
Yes.
you. Thank you, Ahmad. Thank you. Moving to the second one, I will solve this one. The organs that produces hormones, they are called secretory cells, and they secrete hormones. This one is true. The target cell is an organ that is reached by a hormone. Let's see, Ahmad Farhat. Let's do Ahmed's. Ahmad Farhat, what do you think about this?
Um,
Target cell is an organ that is reached by the hormone. So the hormone moves toward the cell. This cell is called the target cell.
this is true.
True. Thank you. Thank you.
False.
Moving for, let's check. We want to move. Hassan Mohsen. Hassan, for D. The
Yes.
salivary gland is an exocrine gland. What do you think? True or false?
Uh,
Salivary gland is an exocrine gland. So exocrine glands, what do they do?
false.
Exocrine glands, what do they do? First, before you say true or false, what do the exocrine glands do? Yes? What do you think? What do the exocrine glands do? Okay, let's see others. Samir Bawab, thank you, Hassan. Samir Bawab, what do you think, Samir?
No.
Salivary gland is an exocrine gland. First of all, you have to tell me what is the function of the exocrine gland. What do they do?
The exocrine gland.
Yes. They secrete hormone into the blood.
Into the blood. شو اسمه? They secrete hormones.
Into the blood. Which gland? Exocrine or endocrine?
Exocrine.
Into the blood.
لا special. الله ضاعت دقيقة. Are glands that شو اسمه?
Gland that secretes hormones into. So endo. So they are endocrine glands. While
Yes.
salivary gland is an exocrine that secretes substances through special ducts. This is true or false?
True.
This is true. Thank you. Thank you. So let's move now to question number 2. Question number 2 talking about the thyroid gland. And pay attention to this. Thyroid gland is an endocrine gland situated at the base of the neck. It plays an essential role in the organism. And minimal perturbations in its function may lead to repercussion in the organism, intensive fatigue, changes of mood, gain or weight loss, and also muscular or cardiac troubles. The thyroid gland produces the hormone T4 and T3. These thyroid hormones cannot be produced without the action of the pituitary gland, situated at the base of the encephalon, and without the action of the hypothalamus, which corresponds to a small region of the cerebrum. Thyroid gland needs also primary materials, for example, iodine, which is a natural element present in certain foods, particularly in fish, crustaceans, and algae. A balanced diet provides approximately 100 micrograms of iodine per day, which is the quantity necessary for the sufficient production of the thyroid hormone. So in order to have a balanced diet provides about 10 microgram of iodine, and this is sufficient for the production of the thyroid hormones T3 and T4. So they said an axis of these hormones or hyperthyroidism. Axis of these hormones, we have an axis. We have very high amount of T3 and T4. This provokes body temperature increase in the body temperature, cardiac rhythm acceleration, so the cardiac beats will be accelerated, at ellipsaria, diarrhea, weight loss, excitement, and aggressiveness. On the other hand, a lack in these hormones. So we have something called hypothyroidism will lead to a drop in the body temperature, slowing down of the cardiac rhythm, weight gain, constipation, weak memory, and signs of depression. All of the questions, they are picked out from the text. A, the structures which stimulate the production of the thyroid hormones. What are the structures that stimulate the secretion of the thyroid hormones? Let's move to Adam Ahmad. Adam, what are the structures that helps in the secretion of the thyroid hormones?
They are repercussions in the organism.
Did you listen to the question? Wait, Adam. Did you listen to the question? Question
Yes.
is, what are the structures which stimulate the production of the thyroid hormones? What are the structures that helps in the production of the thyroid hormones? Not the symptoms. There is some structures and some organs or some gland that helps in the production of the thyroid hormones. What are these?
Pituitary gland.
Pituitary gland only?
No, it's situated at the base of an encephalon.
Encephalon and?
Action of the hypothalamus.
Hypothalamus. So they need the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus.
Thalamus.
Okay, thank you, Adam. Moving to part B. What is the natural element necessary for the production of T3 and T4? And we need its recommended quantity in food. What is the recommended quantity in food? Now let's move to Ahmad Shahimi. Ahmad, what is the name of this element that is natural element that's needed for the production of the thyroid hormone? Do you know the name of this? Iodine. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ahmad Habib. Thank you. Let's move now to, let's see. I need Hamad Bu. What is the recommended quantity of the iodine? What is the quantity that's needed for iodine in order to be sufficient for the production of the hormones of the thyroid gland, T3 and T4? What is the recommended quantity? It should be how much? What is the quantity?
100 microgram.
100 microgram. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Muhammad. Moving now to part C. Pick out from the text the signs of the dysfunctioning of the thyroid. The thyroid has a problem. What are the signs of this dysfunctioning of the thyroid gland? Let's move now to Kamil. Kamil, what do you think about this? What are the signs of the dysfunction of the thyroid gland?
هي بالتكست صح يا أستاذ؟
Yes?
In the text.
Yes, sure, in the text. All of them they pick out from the text. Maybe it's here, minimum perturbation.
Yes.
May lead
to intensive fatigue,
changes of mood, gain or loss. Also, we have muscular or cardiac troubles. Yeah. Okay, these are the signs of the dysfunction. Explain how the synthesis of the thyroid hormones takes place. How would the synthesis of the thyroid hormones takes place? It takes place with the help of the action of the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus, which correspond to the small region and the cerebrum. Now I move to the part D. Draw a comparative table showing the differences between hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism. I move to hyperthyroidism. I need hyperthyroidism. I will pick for this. Let's move to Syria. hyperthyroidism. What are the signs of hyperthyroidism? What the meaning of hyperthyroidism? We have excess secretion of the hormones of the thyroid gland, T3 and T4. Remember about hyper? So thyroid gland is working more than the normal. So this is called hyperthyroidism. So this will lead to what?
It provokes the body temperature and the cardiac rhythm.
Increase. Body temperature increase.
Yes, and
Okay.
diarrhea, weight
Okay.
loss,
Yes.
excitement, and aggressiveness.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Syria. Moving now to another one. Let's pick now another one here. Let's move to Sharif. Sharif, what are the signs of hypothyroidism?
Drop in body temperature, slowing down
Okay.
of cardiac rhythm, weight
Yes.
gain,
Weight gain.
constipation, weak
Yes.
memory, and signs of depression.
That's it. That's it. So these are the table. You have to draw them in a table. Table should be drawn using a pencil, should be given a title, and should be drawn using a pencil and closed completely. And you have to give it the title. You can fill it using a pen. It's okay. So this is about the worksheet. Thank you, guys.